We're back in Game Builder Tycoon, and today is all about building the skills. So, yeah, sure, we could make lots of money, make lots of games, and build that 1.43 million into something even bigger, but I want to take an approach of building our skills up and unlocking as much as we can within reason. We need to save ourselves some money to work with, but I want to see if we can advance more quickly if we have more skills. It makes sense to me. So one of the first things I want to do is improve our characters. And I'm going to put like 2 to 4 months probably into each of the skills, and I'm going to train both of them. I should be able to select both or one, but we're going to start with technical skills and work our way down. Okay, she can do the same thing at the same time. They actually recommended doing that, having them both working so that they're, kind of working together. So we're going to rely on the income that we have, and I'm going to work through each of the skills and give them a 2 to 4 month range there. And then we're going to start doing some research on the other things that are available and see if we can, build that as well. We have a couple of games that have stopped selling as well, so our income might fluctuate a little bit on the downward spiral here. Now build massive multiplayer games like never before. Oh, I was trying to read that. Okay, mobile gaming becoming a thing. Oh geez. Okay, another game no longer selling. With advancements in technology, creating larger multiplayer experiences is now within reach. The MMO feature is unlocked and available under the multiplayer options. Now you can build expansive multiplayer games that connect countless players. However, be mindful, MMOs are costly and risky, but they hold the potential for great rewards if done right. Alright, and we can now research in-app purchases. Okay, and now multiple endings. And we gotta pay our taxes. Okay, we've got the first 2 skills covered. Now we're moving into the next round. Branch dialogue feature is now available for research. Okay, as you may notice too, we are at $2 million now. We're actually really maintaining our income very well, considering we're entirely focusing on just improving our skills. I'm sure those games will start to sell for less though, so I'm hoping by the time we're done with all of this skilling up that we're going to have a good base to start with. Great ratings aren't enough. It's marketing that drives sales. High-quality games need robust marketing campaigns to convert critical acclaim into commercial success. Now, we did see a few dips here in February and April. The income is starting to come down a bit, but we're still over 2 million, and we're now able to move into research. Now, if I were to research every genre, it would take us a year to do it, because it's about a month for each of these. The question is, do I maintain my thought here? Let's see how it goes. I would say kind of my thought process is, if our income drops below 1 million, then we will kind of have to make a game. Alright, it is now May of 2015, and we have unlocked all available genres. Next, we're going to move on to themes. This whole plan is absolutely ridiculous, but we have somehow stayed over 2 million. I want to keep doing this. I'm really curious how much this will affect us. In gaming news, tough times for indie game makers. Few strike it rich. In the indie gaming world, profit is rare. 50% of games don't make significant profits. The challenge isn't just in creating a game, but also in finding a market niche amidst intense competition. Now, yes, we are starting to see a bit of a dip, a pretty significant dip in our income. We're still keeping it over 2 million here, and we have most of the themes now unlocked. Cautionary tales. Reckless spending leads to bankruptcy. Companies that manage finances poorly, especially in spending, risk significant financial instability and potential bankruptcy. That's probably because we're spending a whole lot of money and not making it right now. But we have stayed over 2 million this entire time we've been researching. So I feel like we're on the right track. Now we can't unlock console because we need to have medium-sized game development first, but we can get into handhelds. Now it's the first time we brought ourselves under 2 million, but we might be making a handheld game next. And we now have the ability to make a medium-sized game. So let's get some research done there. We have the one final thing under research marketing, influencer endorsement. I think a lot of us know that, especially in the 2016 era, influencers were really making a difference. They hadn't quite gotten the negative connotation that they do now, and I think that would be a really good spot for us to do some work. Now it's time to move on to the features. I'm keeping a close eye on our income there. I am going to kind of work from most expensive to cheapest. I'm not sure really why that's the way I wanted to do it, but maybe just kind of knock out the real good things first. Alright, we're losing sales of yet another game. I think at this point we're down to 1 or 2 games that are actually actively available. We might be reaching the point very soon that we need to actually make a game. Loyal fans, the underrated asset in game sequels. A dedicated fan base often ensures continued success by supporting sequels and new releases based on past positive experiences. I think our game when we return will definitely need to be a sequel of something that was very popular. I think that's our best shot of really hitting it big and making a recovery from all of this research. We have spent at this point about 4 years in research. It feels a lot like we're this little indie company that put out this amazing game and wanted to really make sure that we were putting out the best sequel that we could. So they kind of went into hiding with the money that they had, and they really put all of their time and effort into research so that they could come back stronger than ever. Major companies invest heavily in employee skill enhancement. Top tech companies are investing heavily in training programs to build a highly skilled team. We're definitely going to be putting more into that, but we need to do a game before we get to that point. Okay, I think I've got everything 25 and under here, so I want to take a look at art style. Okay, we're good on art styles, but we do have all the viewpoints to unlock yet, so I think we're going to do that next, and then go back, again keeping an eye on that income there. I don't want to drop below 1 million. Our monthly sales right now are all under about 5K, so it's definitely getting very close to that point. I'm actually surprised how far we've been able to go. Okay, we've got the viewpoints all under 6K here, so I'm moving back over here and starting at the 25K, working down, kind of going to go back and forth between these until I've unlocked everything that I can. Kind of going from most expensive to least expensive. And in going through all of these features that we're unlocking, we're actually unlocking additional genres. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get everything here, but I am really shocked at how far we've managed to get while still staying over 1 million. Yeah, all of the features are currently unlocked. Going back to genre, we now have hyper casual. And now we have a ton more themes that we can unlock. I don't think we're going to get to that before we deal with everything, but we now have the ability to do console as well. So I definitely have to do that. Alright, financial strategy, managing loans wisely. Loans can increase your development funds when low, but they can also risk leading to bankruptcy. I think the game's getting a little concerned about this strategy, but I really am curious to see how much it helps us. So yeah, we're going to work on the themes later. Game size, we need to upgrade our office at some point. We've unlocked all features, all currently available art styles, and now we just need to unlock the viewpoints. Now, as I said, I'm going to keep doing this until I hit 1 million. So if you can believe it, we have now unlocked everything that we can, with the exception of the new themes and the game sizes that have come up. So I think rather than dive into the additional themes, I'm going to do one more round of improving our characters, but only in the 1 month until we run out of the money. By doing this, we're now unlocking additional features that we can explore. All right, lockdown leads to surge in video game usage. This is going to be our time. I think we're going to do one more. I think that's going to bring us really close to the 1 million. I'm honestly shocked we're still somehow managing any sales, but this is the point where we're going to come in and develop a game. All right, here we go. Time to create a game. It's going to be a paid game. We have so many choices now. This is amazing. All right, so thinking of that time, I think we have a lot of people who are looking for entertainment, looking to keep their minds working. I think a casual strategy sounds like a fun game. And let's see, in that casual strategy, we have so many themes to work with. Let's see. I think I want to do a superhero. No, zombie feels appropriate for the time. And we're going to do this on every possible device. It's going to cost us a small fortune to do this, but I think this is the way to go. We're going to make a medium-sized game, a strategy game. We're going to keep it single player. Now, maybe we should offer the multiplayer option, because during lockdown, I feel like there was a lot seeking ways to have a connection with people, and I really wish we had the money for the MMO, but it would be very risky, and I don't know that we have that going for us. And I think we'll offer both options, especially since one is free. We're going to do it in 3D, and I think we're going to do a third-person view on that. And I think, semi-realistic. And a zombie theme, so I think we're going to want to go horror on that one. And as always, the third one, Dead Uprising. Oh, that is a good name for a zombie game. All right. This one, I don't know how to handle this one. I think we're going to keep a lot in the features and functionality. I'm going to bring that up. Art design, we'll leave it about there. I always put too much into writing, so I'm going to bring that down. Every time I seem to get knocked for that one. And I think I'm going to bring music down a little bit so we can put a little bit more into art. All right, let's see. I'm keeping an eye on that. Money's looking not good for us. All right, and I'm going to keep it pretty balanced overall, and then we'll decide where to put the additional ones. Okay, so we're getting 3 more here. The extra one I want to put into optimization, make the game run as well as we can. This one we have a nice even balance. Here we're going to put it into visuals and animation. People love really good zombies, so I want to do that. And I think sound effects here. Good zombie sounds. We're going to put into the quest and the dialogues. Less focus on story. They keep docking me for that story thing. All right, I'm going to auto-select because I'm going to trust it to kind of come up. Our skills are pretty even, and it's fair that more of it goes on mine. We're going to offer the free demo, and okay, let's put into both of these. I've got to watch my budget though. I can't go crazy here, but I want to put about 20, 25 into each. Maybe 25 into here and about 20 into the influencer. And we'll keep a close eye on that money. I'm getting nervous. I maybe should have held a little bit longer, or yeah, a little bit more money. Okay, localization for languages, that's important. Open world, I think, is gonna work out well. Well, do we need it in a strategy? I don't know if I want open world in the strategy. I do want achievements and stats. Some of my selections I know were not that great now that I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure I'm loving it. I do want to get in-app purchases. That's going to increase our income. Customizable controls. Can we afford to do procedural generation? Or day-night character customization. We need that. Okay. There's so many more things I want to do there, but I'm worried about bankrupting us right now. All right, selected price. We're gonna go with the recommended. We've never made a game this expensive, and I want to cross our fingers and hope we can see it go into the millions again. Okay, not all games need every feature. Yeah, I was kind of not really making sense there with some of my choices. All right, an industry professional writer offers to infuse your game with humor and fun elements, potentially creating hype and attracting more players. This creative enhancement comes at a cost of 40K. Will you add a touch of humor to your game? Let's go for it. I'm hopefully not going to regret that decision. Alright, step into the limelight. A new ambitious publisher has set their sights on your game, offering to harness their emerging resources for its promotion. For just 30% of the initial sales revenue, they promise to propel your game into the spotlight. Dare to dream big and accept their proposition. It's only 30%. We were doing this at 40%. I think we need the boost right now. I'm just hoping this works in our favor because we are getting dangerously low on money. Right. Karan has gained experience. I've gained experience. We don't have the money for the full report. We just simply don't. Alright. Oh my goodness. This game tanked so bad. Yeah, turns out if you make some bad decisions in the combinations, we lost followers on this game. Oh my goodness, no. Alright, we need to get out there with a sequel right away. Hang on, we need a sequel. Not to this game. Not by any means. Alright, our best game, I think, was the 8.5. No, 9.5. Downtown Days. We've already done a sequel to that, though, didn't we? So we're going to move on to our latest one, The Office Hours. Let's create a sequel to Office Hours. And I think because of how badly this initial game tanked, we are going to have to take a loan. This was a gamble that did not pay off. So we're going to take a loan for 500K. That'll help us have the money to build this game. We're not going to be able to build quite the game that we wanted to, or, you know, quite as ambitious of a game, but I think we can make it work. Okay, we're going to put it on PC and console this time. It'll be a medium-sized game. We're going to make it a bit bigger. It's going to be a single-player game. And we're going to make it 3D. Now, this is a life sim. So, I want to do a, I think third-person view again. Actually, can I go back? I think I want to do first and third-person view. And I want to do cartoonish characters. It would be fun. And I think we're going to make it relaxing. And we're going to go ahead and call it Office Hours 2, primarily for me to make it easier to know what I'm working with. Now, I've done this before with the life sims. I'm going to keep it balanced across. It seems to work the best for us on the life sims. And as always, I'm going to drop at least one onto each of these, and then we'll decide what to do with the extra one for each. Alright, optimization and features I think will be our top here. World design and player interaction here. Sound effects, and I think I'm going to put extra into sound effects. Visuals and animation and UI. I think visuals, yeah, visuals and animation. And then we're going to do a lot into dialogues here, maybe throw in some questing. There are times I think a life sim is nice to have some kind of quest system. We're going to auto-select again. Looks like they like to just give him the last two. And do next. We're going to do word of mouth. Obviously, that's free. I think I forgot to select that before. We're going to toss out that free demo. And I think we're going to do the same as before, a little bit into each of these. But we're not going to have a lot of budget for this. I think I'll put a little bit more into here. Alright, and here's where we're going to try to make things work really well. We need, I think, mod support, character customization, day and night, weather. Let's see. DLC and in-app purchases might be nice. And probably localization because there'd be a lot of dialogue in a game like this. I don't think we need much of the other stuff. I don't want to overdo it and make the same mistakes as the last game. And I think we'll stick to the selected price. It is much higher than we got for the original game. An appeal from a nonprofit organization has reached your company. They are seeking financial aid to support victims of a recent natural disaster. Your contribution can make a significant difference. Will you support them by donating $200,000? Whew. Well, it could help us gain a lot of respect, but that will be about more than 2/3 of our money. Can we afford it? We can't afford it, but I think I'm going to do it. And I'm going to regret it. Alright, you donated $200K and it resonates with your community. We got our tax. Your game could be the next big hit. A prestigious publisher believes in your game's potential and offers to spotlight it using their extensive marketing network. For their part in driving your game's success, they ask for a 40% share. We're not going to do that this time. We need all of our sales. Digital game stores dominate the market. More gamers are now buying games online, moving away from offline stores. We don't have the money to unlock the full report. Oh my goodness, why can we not build a good game right now? This is not good for us. I'm so disappointed. Okay, but we at least gained back some followers. We earned 500K. It's not the worst. It's certainly not the best. I think we need to quit while we're ahead. This experiment did not go as planned. I think it's a wealth of options and maybe too many options to work with, and I don't know, it's not working out well for us. But I think that's where I'm going to wrap it up for today and for a while. We're going to be playing some other games here on Saturdays for a while, but we will be back in about a month or so stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and keep on being perfectly you.